Hi everyone, and thank you so much for joining us today on the Baca Wines Live on Instagram. I am not Jennifer Brown, as you may have guessed. I am Jeff Sapelli, and I'm the general manager for Walt Wines, but I have the pleasure of working with Jennifer every day. And Jennifer is off, as you guys may have heard. She has a new little girl that's due any minute, and we can't wait, and we're very excited for Jennifer. So I have stepped in at the last minute to take on her Instagram for Baca Wines, and I'm really excited to be here today and to be able to share with you my love of Zinfandel and our love of what's going on up here in Dry Creek. Before I get started though, as always, we have some really important people that are out there keeping our lives safe. They're keeping us healthy, they're keeping us fed, and I just wanted to say thank you to the first responders who have been doing this work for months, and we are likely to see this go on for months. But the most exciting part about our story today is that we're going to tell you about us being open and some safe ways that we are going to be open, and I'm going to show you a little bit about what we're doing at our Baca Healdsburg tasting room. So without further ado, I'll get started on that. But before, just wanted to show you guys where we're at with the growing season. As I've shown you before, these are these little berries. We're actually starting to get some fruit now right on the vine. You can see here we've got some really excellent set starting to show. That's when the grapes are nice and firm and you can start to see them form into your hand. Really exciting part of the year is we're just starting to get going for the harvest season in real time. So, but I wanted to show you a little bit about the tasting room in Healdsburg. So we bought this property last year sometime in November. We were able to actually get everything up and going. Sorry, into October we were able to get everything up and going, and it's an incredible property that lives just off of West Side Road. I'm going to show you a little bit of what the entry looks like. So as we come in today, you're going to see some things that are really familiar to all of you who have been out at restaurants. We've got hand sanitizers, we've got some check-in things to keep you nice and safe, and then we have this beautiful tasting room where it's just an incredible vista out to the north and to the Dry Creek Valley. You can see that as we start to host people and as we start to welcome people, you too can get this type of a view for you today. We have a wonderful spot for you to stay safe and distance yourself, as well as some fun different alcoves of the tasting room where we can serve you some fantastic Zinfandel wines. We also welcome you to join us on the patio, where you see we have a nice cool oasis for you. And I was just standing just over there when I started this walk. So this is really a fun place to be. It's definitely one of the it spots in Sonoma County. And I am super excited to share this with our featured guest today. So for you, those of you who've been paying attention, we've had some incredible women come on the Baca Instagram Live. And today it's coming into my wheelhouse. I've got a woman named Shin. She's one of the youngest up-and-coming golfers in the LPGA. Jenny Shin. She's one of the most up-and-coming golfers in the LPGA. She's on the money tour right now. She's one of the biggest earners, and I'm just waiting to see, Jenny, if you're out there, if you want to come in and say hello. We're waiting for you here. While we're getting set up, I'll tell you a little bit about what's going on with Baca. We just recently released our rosé, which is actually in a can. If you're not familiar with wine in a can, it is high-end too. So it is a delicious package, and we were recently just featured on Fort Lauderdale's best rosés. We were winners in the competition, and for those of you who aren't familiar with it, this is the package, of our Baca rosé. I had it backwards to me too, so that's really interesting. Oh, there's Jenny. Hang on a second. Wave. Hi. We're waiting for Jenny to show up. It's really awesome. Hopefully she's going to help me improve my golf game, because I'm playing tomorrow out at Bodega. So this will be really good if I can get some insider tips. It's just waiting to come. So the mystery of being in the vineyards is always about how that technology works, and you're seeing it play out right now as we're waiting for Jenny Shin to come online with us. Jay Tibbs, as you might know her and love her. She's one of our favorite people to follow on the LPGA, even though it's not being played right now. We're hoping to get some insider scoop on when it might come in. Looks like she's still hanging out there. just any moment we will have Jenny coming online with us on the wall on the excuse me on the Baca Instagram live story. It's Monday at 4 o'clock. For those of you who aren't paying, it's just, she's trying, she just can't get there. She's even commenting. Let me see if I can pull you in, Jenny. That might be easier. Ah, bing! It
Hey!
worked.
Yay! Finally!
I'm gonna blame the fact that I've never done Baca before, so I have no idea what I'm doing. How are you today?
Good. Thank you for having me today.
Oh, it's very nice. So I wanted to start by pouring you a glass of wine, if that's all right. All of our guests get a big, giant, healthy pour of our in this case, this is our 2018 Baca marbles from the Napa Valley. It's a Zinfandel. And so if you just have a glass, I'm just going to pour it for you off screen. You've probably
Okay.
seen us do this on our, oh, there you go. Oh, now you're cheating. You're showing up. Hey, there it is. There it is.
Okay.
Good job. That was the best I've seen.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Cheers to you.
Cheers.
Cheers. Where are you joining us from today?
Nice.
Good.
I am in Las Vegas. I'm
Oh,
currently in my apartment.
uh-huh.
And yeah, it's a little bit uncomfortable because I'm moving out in 2 days.
Okay.
So a lot of boxes, not like a lot of room to move around. Everything's kind of packed up. And I realized I was just about to open the wine. I was like, where's my wine opener? And I realized I already packed it. So I had to
Oh,
go through my entire box to find the damn opener.
oh, well, hey, you did it, right?
But it worked. So
Necessity is the form of all invention, right?
yeah, this is really good.
Well, thank you. Yeah, no, so this is marbles. I was going to talk about the wine a little longer, but since you're enjoying it, so this is from the Pokai Vineyard, which is a place. And you and I talked before the show that you had been to see our Hall property in Napa Valley.
Mm-hmm.
So this is just further north, in kind of what's the shadow of one of the mountains there. It's called the Howell Mountain, and it's lies in the alluvial fan. So that means as the water comes off the hill, it comes into this vineyard. Produces wines that have a nice round, supple texture on the palate, more red fruit. But it's a really awesome, I think, expression of a grape that's not well planted in Napa Valley. It's actually, Zinfandel was historically one of the biggest grapes there, and now it's dominated by Cabernet. And so this is a very rare find for us. What did you think? So you liked it?
Yeah, obviously I've never heard of it before. I never heard of the Pokai Vineyard.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it's really good. It's smooth. I mean, the first taste slightly acidic, but I really enjoy how like smooth it is. The aftertaste is really smooth.
Oh, cool. And you know your wine. I think you were just dining out last night and you enjoyed a couple bottles of wine. Where were you eating?
I was at Bellagio
Nice.
because casinos are starting to finally open up, and
Okay.
I went to a steakhouse,
Uh-huh.
and my friend just picked out a wine, and it was called the um, hold on, never heard of it before, but it was
Uh-huh. That's
great
okay.
wine. It's called Alter Ego
Oh,
2014 French
nice.
wine.
Excellent.
Yeah,
You know
not a
your
huge,
wines then. So this is actually yes, I think you know them better than you're letting on right now.
not really. I
Okay.
just open a bottle of wine. If I taste it, I like it. I like it. If I don't, I don't. That's just how it goes.
So
Really.
the reason we call it marbles is because, and I'm a lot older than you are. So I played with these little things called marbles when I was a kid,
Hmm.
and you shot them around, and we found that there are pebbles in the vineyard that are really similar to the size of marbles. So that's why we thought Baca wines all have a name that go with them. It was a very natural thing. But you've actually been playing with a ball slightly larger than a marble
Yeah.
since really early on. So for the people who are tuning in on the Baca site, tell me about how you got into golf, and you're Korean born, and so coming across to the United States, you have your Korean crew that you girls are all playing together with. Tell me just a little bit about how you got into this.
Well, I moved to the States when I was 8. So I
Okay.
don't have too many memories in Korea, and because I was growing up in the States, I think I'm a little bit more
Hmm.
Americanized, and my culture and everything is a little bit more Americanized. But I do
Okay.
have a Korean flag representing next to my name. So if I were to ever play in the Olympics, I would be representing Korea.
Okay.
Um, but I got started into golf because of my dad, and he's a golf fanatic. Like, he loves golf.
Really?
He plays golf
Uh-huh.
8 times a week, which is very impressive. I don't know how he does it.
Yeah.
Um, so he got me into golf, and I've been playing ever since. I went straight pro from high school, so I turned pro at 17.
Yeah,
And
I saw that.
I've been
Incredible.
on tour for about 10 years, and
Uh-huh.
now I'm at a quarantine, so this is
Yeah.
very different.
Okay. So is that why you're in Las Vegas? You guys, the LPGA is quarantine you guys there to play or
No, no, this is my residency. Like, I've been living here for
oh.
a couple of years. I grew up in LA, but
Hmm.
I always like enjoyed traffic. I know it sounds like a psychotic thing, but
I
because
mean, hey.
I grew up with it, so it never really bothered me. And then I came to Vegas, and I found out how many great golf courses are here, how
Uh-huh.
everything's 15 minutes, there's no traffic,
Hmm.
and no state tax. Everything just kind of
Fell right
worked
into
out.
place.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I moved out here, and it's been pretty great. I mean,
Uh,
it's getting really hot right now because of summer,
Yeah.
but I really like it here. There's about 7 other LPG golfers that live here, maybe.
Okay. All right. So do you guys get together often and play, or is it strictly a social hour?
Um, well, we all belong in different country clubs. So
Okay.
I don't know if you saw my post, but I was with
Hmm.
Alice and Lee,
Uh-huh.
and we both belong at the same country club, so I see her the most.
Got it. And do they drink good wine at this country club?
Um, yeah, well, I occasionally enjoy, if I'm having a really bad day, I'll go straight up to the clubhouse. I go,
Okay.
get me a glass of wine.
Nice. So
um,
that's like me after the third hole. So
oh, okay,
I
okay.
just have bad days. I'm actually playing tomorrow. So a little later in the show, I'd love you to help me learn how to play a little better. So we'll play that game.
Okay.
But since Baka is about games, we don't have a necessarily game to play today, but we did have some questions we wanted to ask you. So if it's okay, I'd like to do some rapid fire questions.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, you're ready. So 5 words or less. First question, what's for dinner tonight?
Wine and cheese.
Okay, wine and cheese is a good answer. Favorite course to golf on?
Turnberry in Scotland.
Is that where you came in and you almost won it? Was that the Open?
No, no, I don't. I actually don't remember how I played at Turnberry, but I just loved how it was right on the beach and it was magnificent weather. I mean, it's beautiful.
Got it. All right, well, I made you cheat there. That was more than five
Okay.
answers. That's my fault. I'm sorry. Okay, which book did you recently finish?
I'm almost finished with the Red Lotus.
Okay, nice. Very good. All right, I'm wondering, Jay Tibbs, how'd that happen?
Jenny Shin. Shin bone, fibia, tibia, J tips.
Jay Tibbs. So if that's her nickname for those of you who are just coming in. Um, so when I play golf, I listen to music sometimes. Do you like to listen to music while you're playing?
Oh yeah, blasting.
And what are you listening to?
Right now, Be Kind by Marshmello and Halsey.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right. I like it. That's a jam. That's better than what I'm at. Best place of your career you've taken has taken you so far. So where's the best place, not the best course?
um. Oof. Evian.
Okay. How about two more questions? Your favorite golf movie?
Adam Sandler's movie.
Yeah, so Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore. Yep.
That's what I look like when I golf. And then
That's
if
scary.
you could have anybody in the world to share a glass with, and that person wasn't me because I'm not that person, who would it be?
Um. Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods. Excellent. Very cool. Well, thank you so much. That's all we had for today as far as rapid fire questions. So I wanted to know, did you have any questions? So you're somebody who's clearly up and coming in the LPGA. You've been doing amazingly, crawling the ladder, coming out of high school. But what questions did you have about wine? Did you have any questions that come to mind when you think of a wine like Marbles?
Um, I'm not very knowledgeable like with wines enough to ask questions.
Okay.
Um, but how do you determine its price?
Ah, yes, that's a big deal. So price is really obviously, or really honestly driven by the cost of fruit. My dad actually asked me this question last night over Father's Day dinner. And he said, why is wine that I like here so much more than the wine I like here? And I said, well, because it has a lot to do with the amount of fruit that you get on the vine. And that, so if you think about if you get a lot of fruit, you
Mhm.
would pay less for it, right? You go to a store and you buy a 5 pack of apples. Paying for one apple is more expensive than paying for five. So the same
Mhm.
thing works on the vine. What we're trying to do is really direct flavors to individual clusters. So as opposed to, table grapes where you're just going to pick everything that you get on the vine, we're going to, in about a month, we're going to start selecting the fruit that we actually want to bring into harvest. And so that's going to reduce the amount of available fruit on the vine and focus the vine's importance on just those little bunches, those clusters. And Zinfandel itself is actually a really tough grape to do that with because it doesn't necessarily show its hand like Cabernet or Pinot Noir. It's long, it's sometimes the berries in the middle of the bunch or more sugarified than the end of the bunch. So you have to really hone your knowledge of the vineyard after a few years. And so that's what I'm always impressed about with this wine is that, Allison is the winemaker, and without really a lot of information except for what her colleagues knew about the vineyard, she was able to craft a wine from a vineyard that had really nice, exceptional opulence. I like the round flavors of the wine, but Zinfandel doesn't allow that oftentimes. You're just kind of going to like pick which one of the, ones you think are best and then bring it in. And so it's really a partnership with that. At the end of the day, we're paying for this. This is Napa Valley fruit, so it costs more money to buy, costs more money to produce. So that drives the cost of wine up. But that's a great question, by the way.
Okay,
It's a very common.
I didn't know that.
So we have some questions from the crowd that we'd love to ask. So what kind of drinks do you like when you're playing golf?
Um, it's weird. Wine seems to really get me drunk very quickly.
Okay.
Um, I do pretty well with vodka.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Okay.
So, and I've recently asked my fans their Instagram, like what tequila I should get.
Uh-huh.
So I've gotten great recommendations, and I think I'm gonna try tequila because I've had some really bad memories with tequilas. So I'm gonna
Oh, yeah.
create new ones, you
Uh-huh.
know, at home,
Okay.
chilling. So, um, but on the golf course, definitely just, vodka soda. But at home or at
Uh-huh.
dinner, I think I'm more of a wine person.
Yeah, for sure. And so was there wine growing up then? Is there a strong, in the Korean culture, is there a strong wine culture there? Or I've never been, I would love to go.
Never used to, but it's booming like crazy. It's been like that for about the last 5 years. And
Okay.
I know certain countries in Asia, like Taiwan, they love
Hmm.
wine. They have an amazing,
This is true.
yeah. I remember when I was like 21 or 22, I got invited to this pro-am dinner,
Uh-huh.
and it was like a round table, and there were, I swear, 15 bottles of wines, and I was like, there's no way we can finish wine.
Right, yeah.
And I swear, their culture and their mannerism is if you have eye contact, you have to
Hmm.
drink.
Oh,
So I was like, this is a very dangerous game. Like, I don't think I like this.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I had that happen to me in 2001. This is not a wine story, but I can totally understand. So I was at a Swedish wedding, and
Okay.
they drink schnapps, which is not as strong as vodka, but more strong than wine. And if you've ever been to a Swedish anything, they sing, and when they finish singing, they cheers. And typically in the summer they eat crayfish, little small, little shrimp or
Yeah.
langoustines. I couldn't eat enough like little crayfish. I couldn't pick them apart and get them deshelled and eat them fast
Yeah.
enough. So I'm just like going down at my wife's uncle's wedding. And luckily, I found my way outside and was able to escape the constant cheers and the constant, onslaught of that, and survive the wedding. But I know how you feel, right? When 15 bottles of wine sit in the room, you're like, I want to try all of those.
I was really scared because I was not into wine back then. But Sweden is actually one country that I haven't been to. I would love to go there.
Are there many Swedish women on the LPGA?
There's quite a few Norwegian.
Okay.
But I kind of group them together. I don't know how they think about that, but
The Norwegians and the Swedes and the Danes definitely not. The Finns are kind of, they're just happy, I think, to be part of the conversation. I just got hammered by Finnish social media. Well,
oh,
I'm just kidding. No, my wife is Swedish, and they
okay.
speak, and Swedish and Norwegian are different languages. Denmark, so they kind of separate that, where Denmark's kind of on, they're on the land side, so main part of Europe, so totally different. But that is awesome. So I was hoping you could help me. So I brought a club.
Okay.
This is my 54. So what's your favorite club, by the way, in your bag?
Right now it's an 8-iron, but I see that you have a Callaway in your hand. Is that right?
I do.
I noticed
Maybe
it
I'm
way.
Yes. So always important to know your guest, right? Um, so this is a Callaway wedge. When I grip the club, I
Hmm.
grip it like this. Is that correct? And what am I doing wrong?
No, there's two ways to grip the club. There's an overlap, which is what you're doing,
Okay.
and there's an interlock.
Uh-huh.
But I've never done an interlock before. I've always done overlap. So you put your pinky on top of your index finger on the left. Are you left-handed?
No, I'm right-handed. Am
Oh,
I
okay,
doing
okay,
this
okay.
totally wrong?
No, no, no. Sorry, it's the perceptions.
Yeah, no,
I
it's
can't
Instagram.
you figure out.
Uh-huh.
So you put the pinky on top of your index finger,
Uh-huh.
and I always follow the Ben Hogan rule, which
Okay.
is you don't ever lose the gap between your thumb and the index finger. So
Like,
a lot of the amateurs always have it apart like this, and that's when the club gets really like you move around. The whole
mm-hmm.
purpose of gripping the club is so that you don't have it moving around
Uh-huh.
because it's such a delicate sport and it's such a delicate thing where everything stoic, nothing moves. It's not like
Mm-hmm.
baseball where the ball comes at you. So it's important to have your thumb and your index finger on both of your hands
Okay.
stay like this the entire swing.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's good to know.
that's
I've never my friend so Amanda Bologna, she sent me a text message. I don't know if you know her from CBS Sports. I'm like I need some help. Ian Baker Finch, like help me out. I don't know anything about golf. So thank you for actually helping me. You're the
wait,
first
wait.
golfer to actually help me out.
Did you say Amanda Blumenhurst?
Yeah, Bologna, she's a CBS. She was on our
Oh,
Instagram for
okay.
Walta about a month ago, and then Ian Baker
Oh,
Finch is a member at Hall, and I've gotten to know him. Not all Ian said was just swing it really hard, Jeff. And I was
no,
like,
that's a horrible
that's
advice. That's
not.
a horrible advice. Those are the
So
guys. Those are the guys that'll take your money. Don't listen to
ah,
him.
so I see what's going on there. So is there a lot of gambling going on the LPGA circuit? Do you girls get competitive that way?
We used to, but ever since the whole no gambling
Uh
thing
huh.
happened, we don't do it like at the tournament. We would do it at home.
I got it. Okay.
But
So there's still fun happening though.
oh yeah, I mean, it's not fun without gambling. No way.
Awesome. That's terrific. So I can take that tomorrow when I lose so much to all my buddies.
Yeah.
So in general, where are you guys at the LPGA right now? And when am I going to be able to see you guys back on TV, girls back on TV? And how hungry are you to play some golf competitively right now?
Um, yeah, I've been really like antsy and it's been pretty, I wouldn't say miserable, but it's just like
Mm-hmm.
all of us were just itching to play. And
Okay.
the LPGA just announced that we're going to play our first event in Sylvania, Ohio, third week of July.
Okay.
And then the week after that is going to be literally right across the street from the golf course that we're going to play. So they made it so that we would have two Ohio tournaments back to back.
Okay.
So it's going to be, I think it's going to be fun. because we haven't had a lot of the tournaments, they put a little bit extra money on the purse. So we're gonna have higher purses than
Nice.
usual for this
Okay.
event.
Well,
Um, but after
let's
that,
get women paid equally. Let's do that.
yeah, I'm not sure when that's gonna happen. But after that, we were supposed to have the Scottish and the British Open. So
Okay.
we'll see how the UK government responds to that, according to like the whole travel restrictions and all. So for
So
right
are
now,
you playing with spectators then, or is it going to be okay?
yeah,
So
we're gonna allow spectators, which is a big surprise because the PGA um,
yeah,
hasn't started doing that. So um, I just I heard a news from a fellow like PGA Tour player that if there's too many players testing positive, they might pull the plug.
got
So
it. I
I hope
see
it
what
doesn't
there is. Well, so let's not talk about COVID because that's just not a fun conversation. So
depressing.
you, yeah, exactly. I don't want to talk about that. So when you're playing, so when I have time by myself and I'm tasting wines and I'm just evaluating wines, I would assume, there's a lot more thought that goes into every one of your swings when you're, practicing your trade, your craft. And then I get into rooms where I'm, speaking about wine, sometimes with our wine club members at the winery, where we might have 50 to 100 people, or the big events like Catherine Hall will talk to like 700 people at our winery. So tell me about the difference between playing by yourself with no crowd and in a crowded environment, and how that changes how you play golf.
Um, I think that all matters. Like, uh, I don't know. Everybody's different. Some people love the crowd. Some people get the adrenaline and the hype from the environment. Some people get really nervous. But it's all about like, can you handle the embarrassment? Are you okay with it? Really?
Really?
Yeah. I mean, golf is not about winning every time. It's about who misses it the best. So,
Okay.
let's say I hit a shot, and on a scale of 1 to 10, it was 2.
Hmm.
There are some horrible people out there that follows you that makes fun of you, and they
Yeah.
make sure you hear it. So, can you handle it? I mean, does it matter to you? It all depends on the people.
Okay.
I personally love having a really large crowd because it's like a really good test. I love
Hmm.
challenges. I love proving myself that I've done a good job. Um, Sometimes we have a lot of tournaments where we don't have any spectators just because we're in the middle of nowhere.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, those are just kind of boring because you're basically it feels like you're playing by yourself at home.
Okay.
Um,
So you like the energy of the crowd, and you like
yeah,
to
I
play
think
alongside.
I I think that's why I love playing the majors so much because the vibe is completely different. Like the U.S. Open is, you know, much bigger
Live, electric.
crowd. Yeah,
Yeah.
very. It's very different. So I personally enjoy it. So
Okay.
yeah.
Well, so I wanted to get one more tip from you. We have a couple people that have been asking if you can help me. So I'm going to actually try to swing this club into the vineyard without hitting myself with it. So I won't be able to see you because I'm going to flip the camera out to the vineyard. We're going to launch a golf ball out there, if that's all right. So I'm going to start with, so I have a Callaway here, and I'm going to start with my 56.
Okay.
And so I've got your grip,
Yeah.
over locking grip. So first thing now, I'm going to put the club down. No one can see this, so this is totally. So what am I supposed to do? The first thing I need to do when I put the club down to address the ball.
Well, I think the first thing you would need to check is probably see your ball position.
Okay.
So check if your ball position is in the middle or it's just slightly forward.
Okay. It's in the middle.
Okay, good enough.
Okay.
And I let's see your swing, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
So normally when I address the ball, it's in the middle. I'm going to now actually point a little bit out there. So this isn't going to go too off. I like about, just that when I'm chipping. So I'm going to try not to hit anything here, but we'll see how this goes.
Not bad. Not bad.
That was about 25, 30 yards, I
Okay.
think.
Okay. I'm
What?
assuming your misses are left.
Yes.
Okay.
So now what should I do to fix what I just did? Did I do anything wrong?
Well, I don't know. It's almost like me trying to teach you a different language and me expecting you to learn it like right now.
So maybe not on Instagram today.
Yeah, no, maybe what did you hit there?
Oh, it's just the, patio furniture. It'll be okay.
Okay. Well, maybe
We'll stop now.
next time I go to Napa, we'll play around in golf and
I
we'll
would
help
love to.
yeah, we'll help you break 90.
Excellent. Breaking 90 would be a first for me. I don't know if I've ever broke 90. Well, listen, I just wanted to say thank you so much for coming on the show. Wanted to, cheers to you and to your season and to the players and to more women in the LPGA. I have 3 little daughters, and I just took Sawyer out on her first golf exploration to see if she was actually going to like it. And
Okay.
I hope that she'll be as good as you are one day and follows people like you. So, yeah, thank you
Yeah.
so much for coming on with us. Anything else you wanted to say to the crowd?
Thank you everybody for cheering me on. I see a few familiar names on here. Um, go purchase Baca wine. It's really good. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, you're doing it for us. Thank you, Jenny.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. So yes, so this is our Baca. This is our 2017 marbles. 2018 marbles, which is a Zinfandel from the Napa Valley. It's available on Baca Wines. Oh, thank you. BacaWines.com. You can get it today, and actually we have a chill and grill sale that includes a 20% discount on this wine. So you can get it, ship it in, and then you can be as good at wine as Jenny Shin. Thank you, Jenny, for being on our show today. And
Thank you
good luck
for having me.
good luck with the move and the season. We hope to see you soon.
Thank you so much, Chef.
All right, take care.
Thanks.